Well, I kind of looked like that a little bit at one time. No, I didn't eat eggs.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
About 30 seconds before we start. Hey, if you could do me a favor a little bit. This is Canadian Powerlifting National Championship. This is PEI, where they got great muscles to eat and great muscles to work out.
Red means I'm live?
Yeah, you should be live now.
Okay, welcome everybody to the 2024 Powerlifting Championships. We are now starting off on our final day here in Prince Edward Island with the 120 and the 120 plus men. This looks like it's going to be quite the barn burner of an event. We got a lot of the top athletes in Canada competing back and forth. In the 120s, we have 3 athletes that are going to be looking to take that top spot to go and qualify for the World Championships, and the same with the 120 pluses. Projected totals are pretty darn close from 1 to 3. We're starting off now with our first lifter of the day, Jeffrey Baker, with 275 kilos, 606 pounds. Jeffrey goes to the basement, he comes back up. 2 whites, 1 red. For an opening attempt, that might not be the optimal speed. As I sit here behind the microphone, I do not know all of these lifters here. Some people move weights slow, some people move weights fast. We will see as we go on. Bar goes up to 290 kilos for Cam Hughes. Cam is a lifter from Ottawa. Cam has really been blowing up his total in the last 12 months here. And he said that he would not be surprised if he pushed the national record today, the 900 kilo national record total.
Nice strong on back. Let's go.
290 kilos as an opener. Cam moves out with ease. Should be 3 whites. 2 whites, 1 red. Lift still counts. Cam's projected total is 787 and a half. Got a lot of other 120s here over the 800. Not sure if these are placeholder numbers for Cam or he's going to be taking some big jumps as he goes forward. We'll see. Williams up next with 290 kilos, same weight. I'd like to take this time to introduce myself for some people who don't know. My name is Chris Fudge. I'll be doing this live stream for these 2 sessions back and forth. I hail from Ottawa, but fun story, I'm actually from Prince Edward Island. I grew up here just down the road. That's a good lift. If you're listening to the live stream and you're on the YouTube channel here, if my sound's coming in good or bad, please let me know there. That would be great. Bar goes up 5 kilos for Bryce Krawchuk. Bryce is a multiple-time national champion, multiple-time world competitor. And he's coming here to claim his spot to go back to the World Championships. There was some real good media done prior to this, hyping up this session here. In that Bryce was talking about how real smooth. He was talking about how he set the total at Westerns and he thought that would have been good enough to get him to go to the Worlds last year. But then an unknown Lucas Wiseman from the East Coast ended up just chipping his total and claimed that spot. So I think Bryce is here to see if he can get that spot back. Could be a good battle. Mark Austin's coming up next here with 300 kilos. And we got 300 kilos for him and the next two athletes as well. There's only 8 athletes in this flight. The 120s tend to not have a lot of athletes. Same with the 120 pluses. Someone once asked me that, and I said, well, big dogs aren't common. And he moved it with ease. I think he's got a lot more room left for Mark. Most of these guys here are weighing just a Big Mac underneath the 120 cap. And we've got 7 of the 8 guys here at 119 point something. The lightest man is 117 kilos, and that's Graham. Alexei Lacombe is up next. Again, taking 300 kilos. I see the Iron Body Works is on the live stream watching. Thank you for that compliment on my wonderful sound. Alexei Lacombe, 300 kilos, 661, opening squat with seal goes. Good speed down, good control up, and 3 white lights. The referees are happy with that. Here comes our lightest competitor in the 120, Graham. Graham's openers are 300, 200, 300. Easy to remember. I've known Graham since he started lifting. He's really grown as a lifter, both with his total and physically. I believe Graham started maybe at the 93 level at one point. And as he's gotten bigger, so has his total. Let's go, Graham. By the beard of Zeus, that was quick. I think he's got a lot left. Graham's getting handled today and coached by Adam Johansson, a multiple-time national champion. Another Ottawa coach, Ottawa lifter. Up next, the biggest opener of this session at 335 kilos, a gold medalist from the 2024 World Championships from the B flight. Newfoundland's own Lucas Wiseman. Wiseman's got the highest projected total based on openers. Oh, my mistake. Just below Bryce with 840. Lucas is being coached by Tom Keene, a legendary coach and lifter, 4-time world champion. Oh, with ease. A real smooth opener for Lucas. Lucas had a great showing at Worlds, squatting 360 kilos from the B flight, winning the gold medal overall in the squat, which, to my knowledge, has never been done before. And I think at that point, from an international standpoint, people started to take notice that this kid can lift. Baker puts it up by 10 kilos from his first to his second. He's going with 285 kilos now. That first one looked a little bit challenging from my point of view, but again, I don't know these lifters. I don't know how they move weights. Let's see if going up 10 kilos moves the same, moves better, or maybe a little harder. Let's see. A little bit of a fight. And he got it. Good call. Oh, he stood up with it, but he didn't get it. So we got 3 red lights on depth. All 3 judges called it on the depth. Let's see what he decides to do for his third. Does he keep it the same or does he go up? I see the furious writing on a card by his coach. We'll see what they put in. Oh, and they kept it the same. Cam takes a 20 kilo jump, goes from 290 to 310.
Nice and strong on that rack. Let's go.
Adam Johansson coaching Cam here. Gives him some verbal cues. Strong on the unrack. Strong walkout by Cam. Maybe a misposition on his body. It looked a little slower on his descent than his opener. Not sure if that's a common adjustment as the weights go up for Cam. For some lifters, their descent speed kind of stays the same no matter what the weight is. It just gets a little slower on the way up. For some lifters, they may choose to change the speed from a control perspective. One is not necessarily always better than the other. William Talbot's up next with 310 kilos. There was just behind the lifters. They want to move that podium just in case someone drops a squat and ends up in third place. Talbot, 310 kilos. Goes down, he comes up. Let's see if the referees are happy with that. And we've got our first made second attempt on the squats. Alexi Lacombe is up next. He took a 15 kilo jump from 1 to 2. After that, we got Bryce with a 25 kilo jump. Which should be the largest jump from first to seconds of this flight. Okay, Alex, I believe he's a mofo lifter coming from Quebec. These boys bring some energy, that's for sure. Being coached by Joël Bouillon. Proud new papa. Let's see, Alexi. 315. Goes down. Oh yeah, manhandles it up. And the referees say it's good. Now we got Bryce Crotcha coming up next. He's opening over the 400-pound mark on the bench. And he's got a 345 kilo opener deadlift. Bryce has held the title of the world record for the deadlift before, classic and equipped. And that's something he always brings to the sport. Being handled by Canada's biggest bencher of all time, OPA president, Garrett Bentley. Let's go, Bryce. Oh, very smooth. That's your stereotypical Bryce crotch squat. You will see a very slow descent on the way down, a little acceleration in the hole. I remember him seeing him use a similar tactic in his equipped lifting days. Works quite well for him. Weight kilos. If you're in the area and you haven't come down to watch the event so far, I highly suggest you do. It's at the Civic Center here. It's being held inside pretty much a hockey arena. The meat directors have done a wonderful job aesthetically setting this up. We've got double platforms. You can use stadium seating so you can get a downward look on the event, which looks really smooth. They have the Gino Powerlifting here on the mic as well. Very aesthetically pleasing event. Let's see what Mark does with 320. Goes down, he comes up. And the referees like it. 3 white lights. And he is fired up and he has got some fans in the crowd. I think a third of Quebec is here today. Vas-y, vas-y. Please tighten up the collars here. I mean, when you got 700 plus pounds on the bar after every attempt, you want to make sure that thing is tight. Okay, Graham. Let's see you move this one.
Come on, Graham, let's go.
Real smooth for Graham. We got 3 white lights. That's a good lift. I tell you what, his up speed, his concentric speed on the squat is quite fast. Now we load the bar to 352.5 kilos for Lucas Wiseman. An absolute monstrous squat coming up next. How close is this to the current squat national? It's got to be his 360, I believe it was. Yeah, that'd be the 360 national record squat. So he's just 15 pounds underneath that, his own record. If Lucas hits this puts his projected total at 857.5, which is his 2.5 behind Bryce. Okay, the East Coast Machine himself. Strong walkout. Gets the squat command. Goes to the basement. And moves it around. Oh, I think we're going over 360. I think we're going over 360. I'm going to guess he's going 365. I think that's in his wheelhouse. And I think that just adds to another 800-pound squatter in the country. Not a lot of them. Ooh, 360.5. That's actually a smart play. It's a smart play for multiple reasons here. One is if he hits this, he walks home with a new national squat record, breaking his own record. It's nice to get that certificate. Second reason, it also gives him a chip The chip could come in handy when it comes down to the wire when someone else is looking to beat it. They would have to either chip their own record, whether it's a bench press or a deadlift or the total. And if they can't do that, they would have to increase by a full 2 kilos. So it can give you an advantage. So anytime you can get a chip in a contest, you definitely want to do that. We got Jeffrey Baker up next. His second was a little tough. He kept the weight the same. Let's see if he can get it this time. No. I think he gave a lot on his second attempt. That may have just gassed him out. He gives props to the spotters and loaders who, if you haven't lifted before and you're just watching, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you've never actually lifted before. So we've all lifted before, but you know what it means when you've got bodies around you that are protecting you. That's what they're doing. So you take that risk of putting a heavy weight on your back, and someone's gonna pay full attention to make sure you don't eat the floor. Just say thank you. So Cam didn't hit his second attempt. He was a little slow on the way down. Came up, didn't feel so good, and kept going down. So he kept the weight the same at 310 kilos. Let's see what he can do now, second time through.
Set right.
Big Cam. 310. Come on, Cam. That looks good. He's under it. He's under it. He's under it. Oh, just a bit high. That's a shame. That was close. I don't think it was an obvious high spot, but sometimes at the national level, you gotta give what the referees want. Weight keeps going up. William Talbot only took a 5 kilo jump from 2 to 3. He's just a Big Mac shy of 700 pounds right now. And he is fired up for this. Quebec is in his corner. Goes down, goes up, and 2 to 1. It's a good lift. He is excited. So Mark's having a pretty good day so far. Took a 20 kilo jump from 1 to 2, and only a 5 kilo jump from 2 to 3. So far, everyone who's done that has hit their lifts. Oh, Mark needs a little bit of support from the crowd. There's a lot of stuff being said, and I don't understand a word of it, but it sounds positive. The crowd is behind him. Oh, no. Sometimes you win. Sometimes gravity wins. That was Mark Antoine Gosselin, by the way. I think the stream's a little bit delayed here. William Talbot got his 315. Mark did not get his 325. The weights are now going to 327.5 for Bryce. Bryce took a 25 kilo jump from 1 to 2. And then took a 7.5 kilo jump from 2 to 3. He might be playing this safe to try to build the total. This might just be what is in his wheelhouse of the day. Bryce has squatted 322.5 before, so this must be 5 kilos over his best, I believe. Raw. A 5 kilo PR, and this puts his his point total at 100 GL points if he hits this just off his opening bench and opening deadlift. 722. Controlled. Little pop in the bottom. Oh, he's got it. Let's see if the referees agree. 3 white lights. I think that's a PR squat for Bryce. 3 for 3, exactly what he wanted. Well done, Bryce. At 360.5. Okay, 330 for Alexi Lacombe. Come on, Alexi. Alexi goes down. He's fighting. Ooh. There was no missed effort there. He gave it everything he could. He thanks the spars and loaders. Again, a sign of respect for saving his life. Graham's bumping his weight up to 335. He's 2 for 2 on squats so far, and honestly, neither looked really challenging. He had great speed out of the hole on both of them. Took a 20 kilo jump from 1 to 2, now a 15 kilo jump from 2 to 3. He wants the squat. Member of the Ontario Powerlifting Association, coming all the way down here for another nationals. Let's see how he moves this 738.5 pound squat. Fast down, go slow up, go. Oh baby, oh baby, 3 white lights for Graham. That is a good lift. Chaotically controlled squat from that man. Okay, boys and girls, we need more plates. We got 6 reds, a yellow, and some change on here for 360.5 kilo squat. This is just shy of 800 pounds. This bests Lucas's own national squat record. Gives him the chip. It makes the total real interesting if he can get this squat. Bar is loaded. He sniffs the good stuff. Stares down the bar. Big. This is massive. East Coast's finest. Walks it out. Goes up. Oh, there was no doubt in his mind. 3 whites. Came here and got done what he wanted on the squat. Okay. Well done, Lucas. Now we're moving on to our next flight. We have our 120 plus athletes here. We have 11 athletes in the 120 plus division here. Again, not a lot of dogs are big, but we got more here than in the 120s. Okay, switching the flights up here. We have opening squat attempt with Alec Belfour. Alec is relatively new to powerlifting, competed 3 times so far. From Ottawa, Ontario. Alec is here with his family. Got a couple of kids. Got the missus. They've been here all week cheering him on, getting him ready for his first national championships. Spent some time at the beach, sword fighting with ghosts. And here he is to step on the platform for his first ever nationals. Let's go, Alec. 245 kilos. See how he moves this. Very controlled down, very controlled up. And that's an easy opener, a good opener for him. So Alex just gave the no look to the camera. Kind of looked like he might have been a death threat to someone. No, that just meant he's scratching. Alec is lifting with a bit of an injury that he sustained over the last few weeks. So he had to drop some of his attempts here. Alec has squatted over in the low 600s. But he came all the way to the East Coast to compete in his first nationals. So we got 1 on the board, and he's going to pass on 2 and 3. Up next, we got Luke LaPont. Luke is opening up at 255 kilos. He's a projected total of 720 for the day. Luke with a very good low bar position and a very good opener. 3 white lights. The weights stay the same at 255 for Todd. On deck is Rory, and then Pavel is in the hole. Todd Wood walks it out, 255 kilos. I think he's a BC lifter. Very smooth. And the referees agree. 3 white lights. Up next, Rory McIntyre. This is his first nationals, I believe. Being coached out of BC by Bryce Krawchuk, Calgary Barbell. Rory told me that today he's aspiring to get up to a 300 kilo squat, a 170 bench, and a 302.5 kilo deadlift for a nice PR total across the board. 270 is on the way to 300. Let's go, Rory. Good descent speed. Oh, moved it real smooth. Gets the rack command, and he's on the board, 1 for 1. I guess he's probably going to jump to 285. Pavel's up next, 275. Now we're going to be in the low 6s. Christopher with a K. Christopher with a K. Always had trust issues with Christopher spelled with a K. Maybe I need to meet this guy, talk to him one-on-one, figure him out, then I can get over that. Singh follows him. And then we have Eric Willis at 295 kilos. This 120 plus class really does have some, they got some killers in here. We've got progressive totals. We've got 815 for Olivier. We've got 865 for Jason Burney, 867.5 for defending champion Trevor Greenwood. We got 872.5, the highest projected total by Eric Willis. This is going to be a battle between those 3 and 4 men come the end. But we're going to have a battle within a battle as well. So we've got a lot of guys here in the mid-7s going to be pushing, including Christopher. Bar is loaded. As I commentate on the live stream here, I do also get to see some of the comments in there as well. And maybe it does sound like I hate Alberta, but fun fact for you, I was actually born in Alberta, in Red Deer, Alberta. Love me Banff, love me Calgary, love me some Red Deer. Sometimes I even like Edmonton. Alberta's got some of the best beef in the country, hands down. All right, here we go. Christopher. 280 kilos. Oh! And by the beard of Zeus, that moved fast. Put some weight on the bar for that man. Like Chris is running around an empty bar. I was at the Calgary Nationals 2012, I believe, run by Avi Silverberg. I remember taking a group of lifters. We went to the Calgary, and then the next day everybody's back was sore, and it was from walking. That was another insight to powerlifting I didn't have before then. Okay, Singh's got 285 on the bar. Strong walkout. Strong descent, strong up, and 2-1, insufficient depth. The referees want him to go a little bit lower. Okay, the bar now goes up to 295 for Mr. Eric Willis. Eric Willis, I believe this is his 11th Nationals. Probably, no, the most decorated open lifter in CPU history. CPU's first open world champion. Eric Willis is a phenomenal lifter. Let's see how he moves this opening attempt. Got Eric Willis descent. And he comes up 295. I tell you what, he got called for depth in the front, but not the sides. Sometimes your thumb slips on the buttons. I tell you what though, that standard Eric Willis descent, if his hip is feeling good, everyone's in trouble. Everyone's in trouble. Weight goes up to 305 kilos for Quebec lifter Olivier Bellew. It's an 815 total just off openers. This is a large human being. Ooh. Put some stank on it. He's the heaviest lifter in the 120 pluses, and he moved that bar quite easily. I would expect to see an easy 20 kilo, maybe even a 25 kilo jump. Okay, now we're loading the bar to 335 kilos, 738.5 pounds for Trevor Greenwood, the defending 120-plus Canadian champion. Trevor has a 867.5 progressive total. Trevor has really grown his total over the years. Let's see how he moves this. Goes down, comes up. Wow, looked real smooth. Trevor's PR squat is 357.5 kilos. By the way that looked there, we might be exceeding that today. Okay, we got weights going or staying the same, but we're gonna put it in for Jason Burney. If you go to Google, you go to Instagram, you go to Facebook, you go to X, and you search up this man's name, and you want to see all the accolades he's done in lifting, all the social media posting that he's done, you're gonna find nothing. Absolutely nothing. Jason Burney works as a farmer, and he lifts weights as a world-class lifter. He is Canada's first 800-pound squatter and 800-pound deadlifter in the same contest. Jason Burney is a master lifter. He's competing with the Opens. He is the current world record holder in the total for M1. This is going to be a battle. Jason Burney doing Jason Burney things. Easy 3 whites. Of our 11 lifters here, 10 have all hit their openers. We're about to start the second attempts now. So we see the numbers go up. Jason Burney went up 25 kilos. Trevor went up 20 kilos. Olivier went up 20 kilos. Eric went up 17.5 kilos. 20 for Chris. Alec is timing out, is what he's doing here now. And this can be a sign of respect to other lifters sometimes. Where you just put in a little attempt, you tell the head table you're just going to time out on this one here because some of the boys want a little bit of rest in between. And when you're moving sometimes these types of weights, it's good for the body to take that full 1 minute rest. Alec has such good training leading up to this. It's kind of a shame to see this happen, but if you stay around the sport long enough, this will happen to you. People tend to get injuries. You can't get hurt doing nothing, right? The legendary John Daly golfer never had an injury, and he says you can't pull fat. So when we lift heavy weights in powerlifting, eventually you start putting on a little bit of muscle mass, and sometimes there is that risk. You can pull a muscle. Something can tweak. Powerlifting, unlike any other forms of weightlifting, you go to the gym on a Monday to do your bro split. You're going to do your bis and tris. Maybe you're going to do little chesticles. You walk in one day on a Monday and all of a sudden muscles don't feel so good. What do? You just switch the exercise around. Change different weights, whatever it is. Powerlifting doesn't work that way. We're always redlining it, just like your card. If you always redline it, there's going to be a chance where something can go wrong. I'm going to guess that everyone who's on this list today at this national level, at some point in time, they have had a tweak, a pulled muscle, or some form of injury. Time's expired. They adjusted it for Todd Wood. Todd Wood hit his opener at 255. He's now got 265 kilos on the bar. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Okay, Todd Wood, I think he got some family at home watching. Let's see how the second attempt looks. Todd goes down, stay with it. And a good lift. He's got to be happy with that. Ooh, he's looking at his coach. I think I just read the lips. 5. So I think we're going to go up 5 kilos, or he's hoping to get a high 5 in the back warm-up area. Luke took a 15 kilo jump from 255 to 270. Luke sports those Inzer knee sleeves. A lot of the athletes here are wearing different ones. I think Inzer's dominating. The SBDs are there as well. The first time I had a pair of Inzer sleeves on, the size I was recommended was a little bit tight. The drive home was more difficult than normal because I could not get them off in the gym. Just shy of 600 pounds. Let's see how this moves, Luke. Goes down, comes up. Let's see if that's depth enough. And 3 white lights, good enough for the judges. So as Rory mentioned to me earlier today when we were chatting, he wants to eventually hit a 300. That would be his dream for today. So he goes from 270 to 287.5, a 17.5 kilo jump. Being a lifter of multiple different weight classes myself, I can tell you that when I was in the children's weight class of 67.5 kilos, a 17.5 kilo jump would scare me out of my britches. But these big boys, they can handle it. Let's see how this moves for Rory. Alberta's own. With the Bryce Krawchuk descent. Just like Coach. 3 white lights. He's 2 for 2. Oh, I think we're going that 300, Rory. Put it on. We're going over 650 pounds. Sorry, my mistake. 639 pounds for Pavel. He took a 15 kilo jump. A few of these boys here are actually from the 120 class. We've got 4 of them in with this flight here, and Pavel is one of them. Go, go, go. In the B flights. So we got a few 120s in here. It slipped my viewing with the 120 pluses. So now we got the 3-plate man coming up next, 142.8 kilos, which is your standard 3-plate bench press on a Monday. Singh missed his opener at 285 kilos on depth. He chose to increase it to 292.5 kilos. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Got to sink this one. I think that's a little deeper than his opener. And the referees do too. 3 white lights. Rolls the dice. And it works out. Okay, up next we've got Christopher 147 kilo lifter, sorry, 120 plus kilo lifter. He's got 300 kilos on the bar. And he almost launched that last bar to the rafters. Let's see what he can do with an extra 20 kilos. Let's go, Chris, for all the Chris's. Don't blink. Oh, real smooth. That is a textbook squat for that man. That was beautiful. Okay, here we go. Mr. Willis. Eric Willis comes out, decked in the SBD blue kit for this year. Opened at 295, now he's at 312 and a half. Been here many times before. Let's see how this moves. Slow descent. Muscles it up. Ooh, 2-1. 2 reds to 1. And we have Austin, Coach Austin coming over to object, trying to appeal this. We got the 3 guys in the white shirts. They're going over it. They're going to talk and see if it's depth. You know, I'm at the table at a 45-degree angle. I would say that was a deep enough squat from my point of view, but I'm not wearing the blue and the red ties. There's a lot of verbal nodding. It's a good lift. They overturned it. Into the air. 20 kilo jump. Big man, big weights. Look at that bar bounce. Hits the hole, stays with. Oh my dear Lord. That guy's got some room in the tank for more. That moved really well. Oh, take a look. If you're looking on the screen, they just changed the pink 312.5 to a green. Eric Willis's squat attempt was appealed by Coach Austin Ryan and overturned. So Eric is 2 for 2, and he's going up another 15 kilos. Okay, we got Trevor Greenwood now at 355. He bumped to 20 kilos. And again, we're looking at the totals. You know, if Trevor hits this and Jason hits this, we've got an 890 for Jason Burney. We got an 887.5 for. So defending champion Trevor Greenwood, 355 kilos. All 3 of these guys are the biggest squatters, benchers, and deadlifts in this flight. Here we go, Trev. Ooh. Little bobble on the way down. He recovered, stood up, and got the 3 white lights like a champion does. You can even see as he walks off, he was showing that things were shaking. So what do you do in that situation there? The man's got a lot of strength left, you know that. But it's a little wobbly on the way down, wobbly on the way up. He might take a conservative jump. Every kilo is going to count towards this total here. Do you risk it and go up 15, 20 kilos, or do you take a small jump just to capture every kilo you can? Ooh, the stress of powerlifting. Okay, here comes the man of the hour that nobody knows. Jason Burney goes from 335 to 360 kilos. Again, this man has squatted 800 pounds before, over 800 pounds. Trevor Greenwood has a third attempt of 365. Jason Burney at 360 right now. Don't blink on this. Go, Jason. To the basement. Look at that. Look at that. That lift is very good. I would expect him to maybe throw maybe 375, 15 kilos. Yeah, so going into thirds now, we've got, again, they're going to load at 247.5. Alex passing on that will give the athletes that 60 seconds of rest needed. And they're going to bump that up to the 270 mark for Todd Wood. So far in this session, we have our 11 athletes. We have one missed squat on depth. Everyone else is 2 for 2. While we wait, why not talk about some of the sponsors we have here? We got some local sponsors who helped fuel our volunteers this week. So myself being a volunteer, I've got myself a nice cup of coffee. We got over 275 volunteer shifts. Big thanks to all of those who volunteered this week. We got Moral Coop, we got Moral Credit Union, Full Throttle Fitness, wine kits. What that comes with wine? The Old Dutch chips. If you haven't had Old Dutch chips, get out of the house now and go get a bag. They are delish. Anyone who knows powerlifting knows that sponsors are needed to make this event happen. The sponsors help the athletes. The sponsors help the meet directors. The sponsors help the volunteers. Sponsors are the lifeline behind this event. Without sponsors, these events do not happen. Knowing this, moving forward, if you're ever going to participate in a competition, if you're going to travel to these big championship events, just know that the meet directors always need a little help. If you've got a business yourself and you want to become a sponsor, just reach out to them in advance. We've got the 2025 Nationals happening in Moose Jaw, and I'm sure they could always look for some sponsors themselves. Okay, third attempts now. Todd Wood took a 5 kilo jump, so he was not looking for that high five. He was looking for 5 kilos, going from 265 to 270. He is 2 for 2. Let's see if he can finish the squats out going 3, 4, 3. It goes down, he goes, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Oh, he's got it. And the referees agree on the... Oh, they got white lights before he even racked it. That is a good lift. And he is a happy man, as he should be. Okay, Luc Laplante is going up to 280. He took a 15 kilo jump from 1 to 2, and then a 10 kilo jump from 2 to 3. Rory has put in 295 afterwards. We have 2 lifters at the 295. Let's go, Luke. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Let's see if that is depth. It is depth. He's got all 3 white lights. He is happy about that. showing some love to the spotters and loaders, as you always should. Okay, Rory's got that 295. He told me he wanted the 300. Maybe that 287.5 suggested differently. We always have these ideas of what we want to do at a competition. We may list them out, might write them on our vision board, may tell our friends and our family this is what I want to do when I get to a meet. But sometimes you take an opening attempt, you take your second attempt, and the plan changes. It can always change based on feeling, based on speed of movement. Sometimes you may want to change your game plan. Lots of reasons why. Roy put 295 on. Let's see if this was the right decision for him. Come on, Rory. Good descent. Get up there. Oh. Didn't make its way through. Sometimes gravity wins. It is what it is. I mean, just to make it to the national level these days, you got to be the top 2 to 3% of your weight class in the country. For everyone listening at home right now, if you're not aware, surprise, surprise, the qualifying totals are increasing for 2025. If you knew that, you're probably training for this, with aspiring to get to that level. If you didn't know that, I may have just broke your heart, like your high school sweetheart. Weight stays the same for Pav at 295. Let's see how this moves. Goes down, he's going. Oh. Sometimes it's crazy to think about what the difference is between the weight that you've chosen to lift and what actually goes versus doesn't go. Pav took 290 kilos. He only bumped it up by 5 kilos. That 290 did not look like a grind at all. So 5 kilos, you're looking at just, about 11-pound difference. It's possible that maybe he was strong enough to push 9.5 pounds, but unfortunately we can't call for those types of increments. Okay, so Singh goes up 5 kilos from his second to his third at 297.5. He got called on depth for his opener. He sunk it on his second. Let's see if he can do it again. That looks low enough. He's got a... Ooh. Well, he got his depth. He just didn't stand all the way up. Hope he's happy with his 292.5, and he's got 1 out of 3. It's not too often when someone hits 1 out of 3, it's the second attempt. So, he's in the game. He's got to be happy with that. Okay, now we're going over 300 kilos for our last 5 lifters here before we take a break. Then we'll bounce back to the 120s for the bench press. So we got 310 kilos for Chris. Again, his 280 skyrocketed. That 300 slowed down just a tad, but I don't even think it's fair to even use the word slow when describing the way he moved that. So he goes up 10 kilos. Let's see how this one moves. Chris's technique's a little bit different and unique. He's an extremely upright squatter. And when you're an extremely upright squatter, sometimes it's either all or nothing. Where when it starts to slow down, you don't have that hinge position that allows you to recruit more of your erector muscles and hip extensors, as like the low bar guys tend to do. So sometimes you don't have as much of a grind when you're as upright. Let's see what Chris does here with 310 kilos. Don't blink. He goes up, he goes, oh my dear Lord. Yeah, shake your head, young man, as you should. You hit at least another 10 kilos. Yeah, that was too easy for a third. Got to be happy going 3 for 3 on squats. I'm not sure if this is Chris's first national competition, but I'm sure he'll be able to go home, look at the drawing board, and say, "Listen, we gotta put some more weight up." We now have 327.5 for Eric Willis, 11th nationals. I don't know the exact number. I'm gonna guess he's won about 8. Maybe all 11. I don't know. If someone on the live stream, could they confirm that? I don't remember ever seeing Eric. No, I think he lost last year to Carey, yeah, but I don't remember seeing him lose too often. How many national titles does Mr. Willis have? Captain Canada over here. 327.5 kilos for Eric. Come on, Eric. Get up. He's underneath it. He stays with it. And 3 white lights. He's got to be fired up. And he looks a little happy there. That's awesome. Bumps hits me with a little bit. Says 11 or 10 titles for Eric. As an open lifter, I don't know. Is that the most in Canada? Anyone on our live stream, on the chat there, you do a quick Google search for me. Who has the most open titles in Canada? Okay, Olivier, who goes up 10 kilos. He's entered the chat with 335 for a 3rd attempt. Let's see this. Good speed down. Oh, man. And summoned the tank. He got the 3 white lights. Just a casual 335 squat for that guy. Well done. He's got to be happy about that. Okay, now we're going over 800 pounds. 800-pound squat for Trev. And then Bernie is looking to break the national record. So defending Canadian champion Trevor Greenwood, 804 pounds. This is equivalent to most heavyweights shopping cart weight per month. 804 pounds for Trevor. A 10-kilo jump from 2 to 3rd. Remember, his second was a little bit shaky. He even acknowledged it afterwards. Maybe that's a technical adjustment he can make on this one here. This puts his projected total, if he hits this, to shy of 900 kilos. Which a lot of the boys here were looking to surpass that to get on that podium. Let's go, Trev. Nope, just lost a little bit there on the way up. You can see his hip shot up a little further. The bar went a little bit forward. And, man, you got to have some strong erectors to be able to lift 800 pounds. Solid ace pounds off your back. So a 365 does not fall. We have not seen an 800-pound squat yet today. However, we do have 380.5 kilos to be loaded for Jason Burney. This is a new national squat record, an open record by a master lifter. National record attempt. Burney is coming to show the young fellas how it is done. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see superheroes live in action, do not turn away from this squat. Let's go, Jay. Oh, he's going, he's going, he's going, he's going, he's going, he's going. And he has got it. A new national record squat. He's got the chip. Gino doing Gino things. Yeah, make sure they know. He's the old man without gray hair. That was an absolute barn burner of a squat session. That was beautiful to see. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to come back with the bench press for the 120 guys. are back for the bench press. William Talbot's coming out with 162.5 kilos for his opening attempt bench. See the opening. Jeffrey Baker, 175 kilos, 3 reds, and that is a good lift. So looking into the bench press now for the 120 fellas, we've got 175 coming up again for Alexi, Lucas Wiseman at 185, Bryce 187.5, Cam 192.5, Graham 200, and then Mark will be rounding us off at 205 kilos. If anyone's there and watching the live stream, we've got the women's 84 plus action going on behind me. There is a microphone there if anybody would like to come down and call that event for the live stream. So unfortunately, some people were not found prior, but if you are in the neighborhood, if you're outside watching these sessions live and you want to come down and talk about it, come find me and I'll set you up with the people to set you up. Alexi makes easy work of that one and gets 3 white lights. We had some crazy action going on behind me actually with the ladies here. We just saw Jessica Butner as a 84, breaking national squat record, 216 kilos. She's projected to hit a 541 total, gives her about a 35 kilo lead over second place. Then in the 84 plus, you probably heard a lot of sounds going on. We had 277.5 kilo squat, new national record for Brittany Schlater, the multiple-time world champion. And again, if you want to be calling on that, we are looking for some female. We're looking for anybody to call the females. Back over to the men's now. Lucas Wiseman just hit a 185 kilo bench. He got 2 whites. He got 1 red. I did not see what the call was on the red. From my vantage point, things looked really good. We'll see what Coach Keane has in store for him. My guess is 7.5 kilos. Hey, they went up 7.5 kilos. Bryce Krawchuk now has 187.5 kilos loaded on the bar. And that is a good bench for Bryce. Everyone's on the board so far. And the bar is loaded.
Something happened?
Yep, I pressed the wrong button.
Uh-oh.
The screen just went small. And we're back. A little technical difficulty there. We did have Bryce hit his 187.5, Cam hit his 192.5. We got Graham with 200 kilos on the bar. Brings it to the chest, presses it up, and the referees say 3 white lights. Everybody is easily hitting their openers so far. Mark Goslin is up next with 205, the biggest opening bench of this flight. A shout out to Krillin the Bencher on the live chat. It's nice to see you this week, my friend. I wish you were still here. I'm sure home needed you. Okay, Mark Antoine Goslin, Quebec's finest. Mark is sitting with a projected total of 835. Same with Graham on this one. Both sitting at 835. That's going to be a little... We've got a first place battle between Bryce and Lucas. With Bryce projected total 872.5. Lucas at 883 even. Both of those men, just with opening deadlifts, will put them over 100 in GL points. Little issues there with Mark's opening bench. There's some conversations happening with the head table. The attempts. His lift counted, but I'm not sure what he was talking about. William Talbot gets the 3 commands. And you know what? He doesn't get the lift. He's got 3 reds up there. And I think he got called for heaving. What it looked like to me, a yellow card. And you'll see heaving called a lot more with the heavies and the super heavyweights. Essentially the technique where you let the bar sink into your body. On the press command, you want to use your added tissue to push the bar up. If on the press command, someone has the bar sink a little bit more to create a rebound or reflexive bounce, as they then skyrocket the weight up, it will be flagged as a yellow card, an infraction of heaving, where the bar goes down and then goes back up. They could also get an infraction of a blue card, which means the bar goes down and up. I think that's what William was called for on his opener. Jeffrey Baker, Jeff is up there with 180 kilos. A little bit of work on that one there. Let's see what the referees say. And he gets the 3 white lights. Alexi is coming out for that 400-pound bench press, 182.5. He's followed by Lucas and then Bryce. Ooh, no good on that one there. Missed. I think they'll take that same weight again. Lucas with a 7.5 kilo jump. This puts his total from 875.5 up to 883. Lucas giving the instructions to our handoff personnel. Let's go, Lucas. And that looks good from my view. He's got the 3 whites. Let's see what we go with this here. I'm going to guess we're going 5 kilos on this one. 5 kilos I think is a smart jump. I think he's got the strength to get the 5 kilos. I think the 7.5 could be a possibility. But at this level, you want to risk as little as possible to build the total where every kilo counts, because it's going to come down to the wire with him and Bryce, and we both know it. Bryce gives his instructions to his handoff man. He jumped 12.5 kilos to 200. Let's see how this moves for Bryce. Ooh, very smooth bench stroke by the Alberta beef man himself. Calgary barbells, 3 white lights. I think they might throw on about 10 kilos on that one there. Bryce has benched 205 before. He just hit the 200. Cam is up next, also at 200 kilos. Well, Bryce puts in 205 to tie his personal record. Again, every kilo counts. Cam is setting up for a Larson, and he changes his mind. Good idea, Cam. That looks good on my view. And the referees agree. Cam is moving a little bit funny. I think he has sustained an injury in that squat. That's what I think has happened. I hope I'm wrong. As for the live stream there, Bryant, you're asking who is projected first for the 120s right now. Projected totals for the 120s. Third place, we have Marc Antoine at 845 kilos. Second place, we have Lucas at 888. My mistake. We have Bryce at 877.5. And first place is Lucas at 888. So Lucas is projected first place right now by 10.5 kilos over Bryce. And there's going to be a battle for third place between Graham and Mark, because they are within 2.5 kilos of each other. But again, we're only on bench press, boys and girls. Nothing really happens till his opening attempt deads hit the floor. Then it gets a little crazy. To answer Nomad's question, who's the MC? The master of ceremonies here is Gino Powerlifting. As always, decked in blue today with blue sunglasses indoors. Not many people can get away with that, but when your name is Gino Powerlifting, you can get away with that. We're just starting the third attempts now. And William Talbot comes out, takes his third attempt, and unfortunately, not a good... My mistake. That was Marc Antoine taking his second attempt, and he got called for a lockout issue, and his coach is trying to appeal this, and the referees are discussing it amongst themselves. That is a important lift for Marc. That's 10 kilos, so he's going to want to get that. Now we're starting the third attempts with William Talbot at 172.5. He missed this on his second. He's taking it for his third. And he's got it now. Missed on his second, gets it on his third. Their national referee, Justin Smith, a.k.a. Meet Director, is also refereeing this session now at the head table. They tried to overturn Marc's second attempt bench press. 3 referees chatted about it, and they approved the appeal. So Marc Antoine benched 215 on his second attempt. He was red lighted for it. They appealed it, and it was overturned. So his lift is good. So he is now 2.5 kilos behind Graham for that bronze medal position. Small adjustment issues here with rack heights for Alex. Alex will be followed with Jeff at 185 kilos and then Lucas at 197.5. We've yet to see Marc Antoine got in time. Ooh. Okay, interesting, boys and girls. His attempt went from 215 to 217.5. Now, I'm not sure if they got his attempt in on time or he timed out. So based on the rules, if you do not get your attempt in within 60 seconds and you have made a successful lift, it automatically gets bumped up only by 2.5 kilos. So it is possible that he did not get it in time because I just looked over at the score sheet and it was not updated. So that's a possibility. Or maybe they did get it in time and he only wanted to go up 2.5. Regardless, his third attempt will be 217.5. I think Alexi is timing out. Yes, he's timing out his 182.5. Now they're going to bump up to 185 for Jeff. Again, putting a call out to anyone listening, if they're in the area and they want to come down and do some commentating for the women's session. It is an action-packed session. It'd be nice to get someone to call their event as well. So the mic is empty if somebody wants to come over and address that one there. You just come see me at the head table and I'll direct you in the right direction with the right people. Okay, Jeff. Hits the rack on the way up. Doesn't get in the way though as he finishes it and gets the 3 white lights. Well, Lucas is getting ready to go. 5 kilos heavier. I have a feeling this is a PR bench for him. I'm on my 4th cup of coffee and 7th egg of the day, and I am not as fired up as he is. Let's see this bench go, Lucas. 197.5 kilos. I believe his best is 187.5 bench. Sometimes gravity wins. Okay, this is where the game gets really interesting now. It's going to come down to a series of makes and misses. Bryce called this in his little media piece that he did, or was done, and interviewed him. Who makes the most versus who misses the most. So, him going head-to-head with Lucas. Lucas has missed one bench. Bryce takes a 5-kilo jump, tying his PR, 451.9 kilos. Third attempt. Let's see if he can make this. This 5 kilos changes the game. It's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going. Lock those elbows. Oh, yeah. He's got it. He's got it. Crab Shack puts it away. 3 for 3 on the bench. Okay, now we got the battle for the bronze medal currently between Graham and Mark Gosselin. Graham is sitting behind by 2.5 kilos. If he hits this, it puts him at 847.5 after the opening dead. And if Mark hits his, the exact same. Oh, my mistake. This is for Cam. Graham is up after him. So again, yeah, it looks like Cam sustained a bit of an injury there on that, maybe on the squat or something. Yeah. I think on that right leg of his, and there's something affecting the entire chain of the body. You can see the boys are helping him up off the bench. You know, you never want to see this as a lifter. Yeah, he's in a lot of discomfort right now. He really is. As I mentioned before, those power lifters, the amount of weights that they're pushing and the stresses they put through their body on a regular basis. I'm not saying everyone develops an injury, but when you get to the national level, like, you find me someone who's never pulled something, strained something. Sometimes the will always outperform the body. You never want to see that happen. So I hope it's not too serious for Cam. Graham's loading up 212.5, 468.5. It's the second heaviest bench in the 120s here. It's going, it's going, it's going, it's going. Not going far enough. Okay, so that puts him at 842.5 projected total. And we got Mark Gosselin at 217.5. Mark hits this, it just adds another 2.5 to his total, puts him 5 ahead of Graham in that bronze medal position. Push, 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 push. He hit all kinds of racks on that one there. Yeah, you got to call a little up and down motion, a little bit of heaving. I would have put a fourth call in there for high effort. There definitely was some high effort on that one. Okay, now all the benches are done for that flight A. Now we're going to flight B. We got Rory with 157.5 kilos. I believe he mentioned he wanted to go to 170 as a third goal. Let's see how the opener starts off. That's a good opener for Rory. Pavel comes out, waves off the handoff. He's gonna man this up himself. Sometimes you wanna risk it, sometimes you don't. Everybody, like the fingerprints on them are unique. Everybody's handoff is also unique. So when you walk out there and you look at that handoff, guys, sometimes you want it a certain way. If you can't get it that way from him or her, you take it yourself. As a solo lifter where I tend to train by myself, I always do handoffs myself, so I feel a lot more comfortable doing that with raw lifting. However, I'm not a crazy man, and I would never do that in the equipped bench shirt. Seemed to work out fine for Pavel. Gets 3 white lights on his opening attempt at 162.5. We're now going to 165 for Singh. Alec will be up next at 185, and then Luke at 190. Bar is loaded for Singh. Oh, that bar has to move a long way with those arms. But that it did. He got his opener at 165. We're throwing another 20 kilos on here for a 400+ pound bench for my man Alec Balfour. Again, Alec has sustained an injury leading up to the competition here. Pretty much his last workout before. He's walking out here 185. His first nationals, and the man's been lifting weights for a long time. We've been powerlifting, in his first year, and he's already at the national level. Mullet and all, 185 kilo opener. See how his back is holding up. He can handle this. Alec has come a long way from his starting position as a lifter. Oh, a little up and down. Let's see if the referees were sleeping though. Yeah, they saw it. Take it again. Same weight. Same weight. Okay, so he's taking the same weight again. I might have advised him to. We're now going to 190, 418.9 pounds for Luke. Luke will be followed up by Chris and then Todd. And a good lift.
Olivia, 141.5 kilos, 312 pounds.
Here we have Chris coming out for his opener at 192.5 kilos. Big bench.
The boys loaded 260
Oh man, that's not even a last warm-up. I mean, that's not fair with the speed that went. That's an empty bar toss what that was. I think he'd probably go up easily 10 kilos to 205. But if he'd thrown on 210, I think that would also justify it. He goes to 205, 12 and a half. Todd Woods here now with 195 kilos. Todd's having a good day so far. He's hit all his squats. Now let's see what his opening attempt bench goes. Got a good press command, even though the bar was bouncing around a little bit on the chest here. Needs to be motionless, but really just needs to be whatever that head judge decides on. That's a good lift for him. Okay, Jason Burney comes out here after squatting 380 and a half. And of the top four guys here, he is not the biggest bencher with his opening attempt. Let's see how this 205 goes. And by the beard of Zeus, that moved well. I think he'll probably add 10 kilos. Okay, defending champion now, Trevor Greenwood, showing up here with 217 and a half for an opening attempt bench. Followed by Olivier and Eric Willis. I think it's safe to say we know of the three lifts here, which one tends to get the most attention from the fans. I'm just looking on the live stream here, and you saw a lot of the numbers drop off after the squats, and I imagine they will return come deadlift time. Oh, nice easy opener for Trev. I guess the people who tend to enjoy the bench press will stick around and watch it, and if it's one of the lifts you don't really enjoy it, there's not a lot of action packed to it, you might just dip out. It's totally fine. It is what it is. You notice a lot of these lifters here are using the Hansu Power Rack for the CPU Nationals as our major sponsor for racks. We got one in the back room as well. They're quite smooth. I really like the padding on them as well. They're easy to adjust. They are heavy though. Those are some heavy racks. So if you're the type of person that uses a rack and it tends to move around a lot, this might be one for you to play with. Olivier is coming out here just shy of 500-pound opening bench. Oh man, he drops that thing like an elevator. Brings it right down and then skyrockets off the chest. I think he's got a lot left in him. That's a good opener for him. 225 kilos. I'm guessing he's going 235. He's gonna throw 10 kilos on there. Him and his coach are talking it over. Okay, here comes Eric, Captain Canada Willis. Canada's first Open Classic World Champion. No handoff. Sign of a man who trains alone. And easy peasy. Eric Willis usually comes home from every international event with a medal in the bench, let alone the gold medal in the bench. One of the best in the world to do it. Willis has benched 250, I believe, before. No, 257 and a half, I think is his best from Sweden in 2021. So we'll see if he can top that today. In the sport of powerlifting, you want to be well-rounded in all three of the disciplines, and a lot of times you tend to see, the best deadlifters either coming from behind on a big pull at the end, or you see like the big squatters have a big lead going into the bench, or some with a big bench, they tend to make up ground over the other guys or girls. When you have someone who's rounded in all three lifts, they're the hardest ones, and Eric Willis has always kind of been that guy. When his hip's feeling good, he's one of the better squatters. He's always been one of the top guys on the bench, and he always just puts on what's needed for that deadlift. Rory comes out, he goes 2 for 2 on the bench so far. Okay, we got 167.5 kilos for Singh. Singh brings it all the way down, shoots it up. I think the distance from Singh's chest to the lockout, you can put a small human being in there. That's a good lift for him. Pavel's up next, 167.5. Again, self handoff. And no thank you, sir. Just a 5 kilo jump from 1 to 2. And that looks like a good bench to me. You got 2 whites, 1 red, that's all you need. Okay, the bar weight stays at 185 for Alec. Alec missed his opener on a little up and down. Again, Alec is lifting with an injury. He sustained earlier this week. When you travel this far, you might as well move the bar a little bit. So again, we need him to keep a lot of tension on his body and make that bar travel upward and not downward. There we go, Al. That's how it's done. And I bet Alec's going to go up to 205 on that one there. I think that's something he really wanted to go for at this meet. Just getting his card, putting in his attempt. As we load the bar to 200 kilos for Luke. And that is a good lift for Todd at 200. Chris is... so what do we got here? Oh, sorry, Todd's coming up next. That was Luke. Todd's got the same weight, 200 kilos. 440.9 pounds. Todd is getting fired up for this. Going, and a good lift. Okay. We got Chris coming out next. There's a little adjustment here with the live stream scoreboard, but Chris wanted 205 kilos. He absolutely launched his opener up. This is an explosive man. Let's see how he tosses around this 205. And don't blink on him. He might miss his bench. Yep. It happened. If you blinked, you might have missed it. 2-1. Sheik doesn't like that heaving thing. He keeps calling it. There's a little communication between the side judge and the head table. The side judge was explaining why he called that. The head table didn't look to agree. Might be some discourse between the referees. Now we got Master World Champion, Master World Record holder, Jason Burney. Took 15 kilos, he got 220 on the bar. Let's see how this one goes. His opener absolutely flew off his blue body. Oh, that's a good bench. I think he's gonna try 5. I think he's gonna try 5. Speaking of 5, we got 500 pounds to be loaded on the bar for defending champion Trevor Greenwood. After openers, for the deadlift, if Trev hits this puts him at 902.5 in the third place position. Jason's got a projected total of 930.5 and Eric Willis at 917.5. So it's getting tight here for the 120 pluses. Nice control, great technique. He's got to be happy with that. He's either looking for a high 5 or he's going up 5 kilos. It's crazy to think that something moves that well and Trev puts only 5 to go up. He might be playing the smart game. At the end of the day, nobody knows how strong you are except for you. What we might see is you could do more, the live stream might show the speed differently, but if he calls for 5, maybe he's like, that's all I got. Maybe you don't want to risk it. Olivier is here now, 237.5, the second highest bench of the day so far. 12.5 kilo jump. And like Kenrick to Drake. He destroyed his opener. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, he's fired up. I think he wants to put something crazy on for his third, Olivier. Again, they're spitting back and forth in the French. I can't hear what they're saying. I think one guy said vas-y. Okay, Mr. Willis got 250. I believe 7.5 below his personal best. But when you've been lifting as long as Eric's been lifting, your personal best isn't always there. 11 nationals, 10 titles. Let's see what he can do here. Oh my dear Lord, that was easy. I think he's going 260. I think he's going to go 260. I mean, there's a reason why Eric consistently wins. It's rare to see Eric miss many lifts in competition. Statistically, he hits a lot of what he puts in. There's those 9 for 9 days. When the hip's feeling good. So it'll be interesting to see what he puts in here now. We are now starting off the third attempt benches. Rory's got that 170 on. He told me he wanted this for his first nationals, I believe. He's got to be excited here. That was a good attempt, Rory. Just not today. Same weight for Singh, same weight for Pavel. 170. Okay, let's see what Singh can do here at the 170. Only 2.5 kilo jump from his second. Going back. Gotta get underneath it, buddy. Gotta get underneath it. Oh, look at that. Oh, he got called for a blue. Either a little up and down or soft elbows. What do you do in that situation? You know the bar, like let's say you're on the bench yourself, you're pressing it, you feel it go up and down. What do? Do you keep pressing? Or do you say, you know what, I'm going to save my energy, I'm going to not risk getting an injury, and you just bring it back down to your chest? What would you do? If you're on the live stream right now in the chat, what would you do? Would you keep pressing through, or would you let it come down? Oh man, Pavel only went up 2.5 from his second, and I don't know if he's gonna be happy about that. Maybe he's like, I probably could have done more. Anyway, he ends with 3 for 3 on the bench press. Luke is up next at 200 kilos. He did not get this on his second attempt. Let's see what he's got for his third. He's just doing a line of ammonia in the back there now to get fired up. Oh, I like the live stream feedback. Mr. Trent says, just don't go down and up. You know what? That's the best piece of advice. My mom was watching some lifts the other day and someone missed an 881-pound bench press. And she says to me, she says, "You missed it." And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Why?" I said, "I don't know, Mom, it's 880 pounds. She's like, "Could you have just tried harder?" I don't know. Maybe he could have, but I doubt that was a possibility. You know, sometimes moms know best. Well, he missed 200 on his second, Luke, but he got it on his third. He is happy about that. Todd Wood's up next at 205, followed by Alec as well at 205. Ooh, I like what Ben's saying on the chat there. Keep pressing might have been missed by the judges, and that's true. Sometimes you don't know. They could be sleeping at the switches. Okay, Todd comes out with an opener 195, does 5 kilo jumps to his second, 5 kilo jump to his third, and he gets all three. He is 6 for 6 on the day. He's got to be excited about that. We got Alec coming out next. This 205 bench. Missed his opener, a little bit of an up and down. Took it for his second attempt. Now he's coming to push the 451 bench for his third. He's got to get a little more fired up. This ain't baby weights. Come on, Alec. Stay with it, Al. Stay with it. Yeah. You better wave to the crowd, my man. You shake that mullet. You got it. He's got to be happy with that. Yeah, and Alec is lifting with an injury. That's why you may see an opening attempt squat. He actually made the adjustment on his opening attempt deadlift, just for 75 kilos. Okay, Chris comes out here. He goes up 7.5 kilos from 205. He absolutely slingshotted his second one. There's a lot of chalk on that bar. I don't know if you can see on the live stream, but as soon as Chris lied down, there was a puff of smoke around his head like a Snoop Dogg concert. Let's go, Chris. Oh! That was close. That was close. Good attempt, my man. It's his first miss of the day. Okay, now we're going to 5 bills here. We got Jason Burney going up only 5 kilos from 220 to 225. Walks out in a vintage Titan singlet, a vintage Titan t-shirt. There's a good chance that that singlet and that shirt might be older than someone in this competition today. Jay Burney. Got a lot of fans in the crowd. Stays with it, stays with it, stays with it. I think that was a good call, that 225. I think he squeaked out every kilo he had. He didn't have to send his soul to get it either. So now he's going to be a little bit more fresh going into the deadlift. And that's where that man shines. Now we're going to see 232.5 loaded. Olivier with 247.5 and Mr. Eric Willis with a national record attempt. Okay, defending champion comes out here. This puts Trev at a 907.5 projected total if he hits this.
Let's go, Trev.
Oh, nice bench for Trev. They got to give that to him. He's got to be feeling good after that. Almost saw a smile. Oh, the crowd is behind Olivier on this one here. A 10-kilo jump from 2 to 3. Gino pumping him up with the French allez, allez. Self handoff, man stuff. Ooh, sends it to the moon. Let's see if the refs like it. They do. And he is fired up. There's just something about 120 plus kilo man hugging another 100 kilo man. Gets you fired up. We've now got a national record attempt. 259 kilos. Captain Canada coming out here, Mr. Eric Willis. I believe this is 1.5 kilos above his best. I believe he's at a 257.5 in contest. This is going to be very advantageous for him. It gives him a chip to match Jason Burney's chip. D9. Oh, yeah. Gino, go hold his hand up. Where are you? That was a good call by Coach Austin and a good effort by Eric. Okay, we're going to take a little break here now. We'll be back for the deadlifts. We'll see you all in about 10 minutes. Go get some food, get some popcorn, because the show begins then. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. We are now into the deadlifts with the 120 kilo lifters. Cam is coming out for a 295. Now, I'm not sure this is going to go for Cam. It looked like he was paddling something after that squat. He was limping off the platform here. Maybe it's not affecting his deadlifts. Maybe he just wants to get one big one in. Hope this goes well for him. Hey, that moved pretty good. He's bending his knees as he's walking, so I think things are feeling a little bit better than before. He's got a bit of swag on him too. Let's see what happens for his second attempt. We got Jeff for 300 and Graham for 300. Our projected totals right now from a podium position, we've got third place after all the deadlifts openers happen. We've got third place 845 by Mark Goslin from Quebec. Second place, we've got Bryce Krawchuk at 877.5, and Lucas is in first with 885.5, but we know that means nothing. It means nothing because people are going to be taking jumps from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3. Fellas here are going to be playing with those chips that they got there for the records. We're going to have third attempt changes. Lots of strategies going to come into play now. It's going to be a coaching battle between a few people. And Graham is 2.5 kilos behind third place. So let's see what happens with his deadlifts. Let's also give a little bit of a shout out to all of these athletes here today. I mentioned this earlier on in the stream. To get to the national level, you are amongst the top 2-3% of your sport. You are amongst the best. And I mean, I've been watching a lot of these lifters for many years. I remember Mark when he was a smaller man. I remember Graham when he was a smaller man. I remember Cam as a smaller guy. A lot of these guys. I mean, Bryce Krawchuk, I think his first meet was 93 kilos. These athletes have been around for a long time, and it takes a long time to get to this level, and it takes a long time to win at this level. And Mark's looking real good off that opener. I think he's going to put something big on for his second or third. Alexi now at 325 kilos. He'll be followed by Lucas, and Bryce rounds us out with a 345 kilo opening deadlift. Did you get these?
I got one, yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay, the East Coast powerlifting machine. Lucas Wiseman is coming out for his opener. Gracefully watched by the Tom Keane. Let's see how Lucas moves this. Oh, wow, that moved real smooth. And Lucas has skyrocketed himself as a lifter. I believe he came 6th place at his last nationals. So what an increase. I think he went up a weight class and also went up massively on his total. Now the battle begins. What will his second be? Here comes multiple-time Canadian champion, multiple-time international medalist, multiple-time world record holder. Calgary Barbells, Alberta Beef, Bryce Krawchuk taking 3:45 for an opener. Now that is beautiful. If Megan Fox was a deadlift, that's what it would look like. We are now going to our second attempt deadlifts here. A 20 kilo jump from William, 15 kilo from Graham, and a 20 from Jeff. Things are getting really good now. See, Lucas jumped from 332.5 to 350. Actually, he bumped up his opener as well. Plays a little bit of a game on the strategy. Bryce goes up 20 kilos. We'll put him at 897.5. If Lucas hits his, that puts him at 9.0. It's going to come down to makes and misses. Graham's coming from behind. Okay, that puts him at 857.5. But you know what? He's trying to get into that third place position. But Mark took a jump of 35 kilos. Mark hits that. That puts Graham behind by 22.5. So I'm not sure if he can make that up in one attempt. But we will see. Mark's got to hit his first. Jeff bumped it up 20 kilos from his opener. Let's see how this moves. Oh, that's good effort. That is good effort. He's got to be happy with that. You know, if you're in the crowd and you're watching some of these lights, you'll see how the 3 circles, they're purple, purple, white, and it's never the same. So if you're a lifter and you hit a lift and you take a gander over at the screen, it looks like it's red about to come. I lifted 3 times this week, and every time I'd see the purples, I was like, what's about to happen here? But for whatever reason, they don't actually reflect the red. Okay, Cam, who barely got on and off the bench earlier with something happening with, I think, his leg, his calf, or his back, I'm not sure. He's moving a lot better now. He opened up at 295. He's now going 322.5. That 295 moved really well. He goes up 27.5 kilos. Well, that moved real good. Not sure what's going on through his head right now, what he wants to finish with. I know Cam had thoughts of trying to get into the 850s, possibly, for a total. That puts 342.5 on, that'll put him in 832.5 total. But yeah, definitely battling something, and that missed squat does not help as well. Okay, so here's Mark with a 35 kilo jump from 1 to 2. Oh, look at this, look at this. He's racing to the bar. All of Quebec is behind him. Narrow stance sumo. Look at that, look at that. He may have just locked up that bronze medal. I want to say he looks quite happy. I think those are tears of joy. Let's see what he puts on for his third. Joel Bouillon congratulating him. That was something cool to see. Weight stays the same for Alexi. This puts Alexi at a projected total of 842.5. And that is a good lift. As Wiseman goes up to 350. Remember, it comes down to makes and misses. Pride of Newfoundland. Let's see how this goes, Lucas. Come on. Oh, yeah. He's got the 3 whites. He's fired up. He's got 1 more to go. I tell you what. Bryce has 365 on. Bryce hits this. We're within 5.5 kilos of each other. But don't forget, Bryce is the lighter man, weighing in at 119.12. Lucas at 119.6. So Bryce can tie Lucas and beat him on body weight. But to do that, he would need to chip the total record. Or his own deadlift record. We'll see. Oh, yeah. These boys aren't even making it look difficult. I think they're going to play the put on whatever we need to win card. Don't forget, Bryce is likely to be the last deadlifter. So what happens now is Lucas has to make that decision. What am I going to go for? What kind of pressure do I want to put on Bryce? Because Lucas is going to go first and Bryce is going to have to make that adjustment there. So Bryce is a bit in the driver's seat. However, he is coming from behind. He's got body weight, but again, he's behind. Bryce is at 380 total right now. Sorry, my mistake. He's at 897.5 total, and Lucas has a 903 total. Now, just for the gigs, have a look at your screen. Marc-Antoine Gosselin has put in 400 kilos for his third attempt. I am not sure why. I'm not sure if that is in his cards. I think that might be a placeholder. And he's just going to put on whatever he needs to possibly get ahead, maybe get a silver, maybe get gold for the other boys. Yeah, if you're watching at home, you know, Bryce is in the zone, Bryce is in the sweet spot. I would agree with you that one there. He's got a little bit of an advantage. And I think Bryce has always had that advantage being such a big puller. Let's see if we're going to see any changes in the last minute. So William missed his third. He finished the day with a 7 and 9. Looks like Graham's a little bit out of place to get that bronze medal. But, you know, he goes up 7.5 kilos. Let's see if he can finish this. Oh, he's got to be happy with that. He's got to be happy with that. Let's see what the referees say. 3 white lights. That is good. Probably going to end the day in 4th place. He should be very proud of himself for that. There is some absolute killers in this 120 range. Jeff Baker is up next. Jeff missed a couple squats, but he's been perfect ever since the bench. Has not missed a lift yet. Only going up 12.5 kilos from his second. There's a little bit of effort on that. I think he can do this. I really think he can do this. Okay, a little bit of a change there. Alexi Lacombe puts in 360. So that's going to put him third last to go. So if Wiseman's going to make any adjustments here, he's going to got a couple more to do. Is he going to stay at that 357.5 with the pressure on Bryce? Or is he going to move that up? Because right now Bryce is 380. He doesn't even need, if Lucas stays at 357.5. Oh, we got a battle right here. Oh, help me out, fellas. You know, sometimes working out doesn't always work out. That's why it's good to do it around your friends and your spotters and loaders. We're glad the lifter is okay, and that Jeff made it back up. Let's see what the referees call. I think they're going to go to the flags on this one. And yeah, it's a no lift. It's a no lift. Can't say he didn't try. Jeff definitely tried. Okay, I believe the national record is 900.5. We got projected totals of 900 for Merck, 910.5 for Lucas, and 912.5 for Bryce. And Bryce did pull 377.5 at Westerns, I was just informed. So, it's not out of his wheelhouse. Is Lucas going to make an adjustment? Do you think he's going to keep 357.5? Or is he going to change it? Ooh, what do you think at home? What do you think at home? This Cam goes up 20 kilos from his second. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for Cam. Change it. Okay, they're keeping in 357.5 for Lucas. So the pressure's on Lucas right now. He's got to hit this to force Bryce to go for that big deadlift. Bryce can't even drop it at 377.5 because that'll put him at 910. So he's going to have to go for that 380 if Lucas hits this. Coach Keane, Dryden, they're hyping him up. I don't think you need to hype this man up, though. Okay, they just called the bar is loaded. Nope, that was on the women's platform. Don't go lift that, Lucas. Okay, the bar is loaded now. Lucas Wiseman is fired up. This is what he needs to get back to that world stage and put the pressure on Bryce. They're battling for that world's position. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. And it is good! And that is a good lift. The 3 flags came up, that is good. So the pressure is now on. So you see Marc-Antoine Gosselin had 400 loaded. He dropped that back down to 365. I think that's just to secure his 3rd place position. Alexis Lacombe has got 360 coming out. And yeah, Bryce has to pull 380 if he's going to top Lucas. Pardon me? Bryce, yeah. We're coming down to the last 3 deadlifts of this flight here. 360, 365, and 380. Alexi has not made deadlift. And that secures him a 5th position. He's going, he's going, he's going. Oh, so close. So close. So Alexi will finish off in the 5th position of the 120s. Now Marc-Antoine, who's locked up 3rd place already. So he's on the podium whether he hits this or not. If he does hit this, this just adds to the bragging rights and history. The amount of men that have actually pulled 800 pounds in competition in Canada, that is a very short list. A very short list. Okay. The province of Quebec is behind you. He was hyped. I guess when you grab that bar, you just know. Okay, no surprises here. Anyone who was interested in watching this flight probably knew it was going to come down to Bryce Krawchuk, the last man going for a deadlift today, with a gold medal on the line, with a spot on the world team on the line, a place he's been before. He is no stranger to this spotlight. He is 8 for 8 with no misses so far. 20 kilo jump from 1 to 2, 15 kilo jump from 2 to 3. He has pulled 377.5 at Westerns. This is for all the marbles. And I am sweating like a pregnant nun in church. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 380 kilos. Calgary barbell. First place on the line. World's team spot. We knew he'd be here. We knew he'd be here. Let's see what happens. It's going. It is going. And a good lift. There it is. There it is. A new national total. First place. Regained his world spot. Amazing battle. Amazing battle between these two lifters. He is ecstatic, as he should be. What a fight. What a fight. Bryce said it himself. He said it's going to come down to makes and misses. Lucas had one miss of the day. Bryce went perfect 9 for 9. Beat him by just under 2.5 kilos. And we got two guys over 900, as they both expected to be. Can't be upset with that performance. As a fan, that was awesome to watch. Congratulations, Bryce. Congratulations, Lucas. Congratulations to Marc-Andre. Congratulations to all the 120 guys. So far, we got a few 120s in this session here now as we move on to our Flight B.
There's still more competitors though in this.
Okay, moving on to Flight B now. We have Alec Balford starting off. Alec has 75 kilos loaded on the bar. As I mentioned before, Alec has sustained an injury. And unfortunate as it is, sometimes that happens as part of the sport. When you get to this level, there's going to be some bumps and bruises on the way. And just to secure a total, he's going to hit this, and that'll solidify that he's got a total at his first nationals. So I'm sure he is not very happy right now, but he should be very proud of himself to get to this point within only a year of powerlifting. He's at the highest stage for drug-tested lifters in the sport. And I know everyone in his circle, in his family, is proud of him. The lowest total he'll ever have at the national level. So he's got to be happy with that. Just to at least come here. I can't wait to see him here again next year. Well done, Alec. Way to show up today. Many people would have stayed home. Take this time to address some of the sponsors we have here that, again, have also helped fuel this event and fuel our volunteers. Morale Coop, Morale Credit Union, Full Throttle Fitness, Wine Kits, them Old Dutch Chips. Other sponsors we have all weekend, Supplement King is here, White Lights Media. We're graciously giving out photos of people's lifting for free. I saw a couple shots they gave to me as well, which was nice. Swole Bears in the house. Have you checked out Swole Bears yet? Protein-induced gummy bears. Gummies are quite popular these days. People are using them for other recreational uses. So if you currently use them for that and you're going to pick up some Swole Bears, be aware. One has protein, it will accelerate your gains. The other will slow you down and make you watch movie half-baked and probably get the munchies. So make sure you know which gummies you're eating. A7 is in the house, as always at these meets. We've got SBD, Inner Strength products are here, as always. Titan Powerlifting is here. Shirts and apparel you can get. So if you're at the venue right now, I think there's only about an hour left before they start closing up shop. So you may want to go pick up a few things if you haven't already. Okay, Todd Wood, opening attempt, deadlift 267.5 kilos. And Todd has secured himself a total for today's nationals. Good lift. My back is so sore because this won't reach out, so I've been leaning like this. And another good lift there. So Rory opens up at 272. He hit that. I think he wants to be pushing the 300 mark today. Luke's opening attempt at 275, followed by Singh also at 275. So we're north of 600 now for these boys. And we got a good lift there. 275 for Luke. Went well. And we're staying at 275 now for Sam. Chris is on deck. Olivier's in the hole. And then we get into Trevor, Jason, and Eric Willis. Projected totals for these three. Wood at 897.5 kilos. In second place, we have Eric Willis at 926.5. Then we have Jason Burney at 930.5. So Jason and Eric are going to be pretty darn tight. I think Trevor might have too much room to make up. I do know that Eric and Jason would not be against pulling around the 800 plus mark. I'm not sure if that's in Trevor's wheelhouse, but we're going to see it come down to probably the last pull, just like we did with the 120s. Let's see how Chris starts off his deadlift session. 282.5 on the bar. Anything he's touched so far has skyrocketed off his body, with his squat, with his bench. I haven't seen the man pull. Let's see if it's the same with the deadlift. Yep. I wonder how fast he can run. That guy's explosive. And that is a good lift. So far, everyone has hit their openers. Now we're going to Trevor at 310 kilos. This will be interesting to see, because Trev, if he wants to come from third to second or third to first, he's going to have to make up 30-ish kilos here. Let's see how his opener looks for his dead. That moved real well. This will be interesting to see. Trev's a beltless deadlifter. I've been seeing more of that at this Nationals than I have in previous years. That might be the new trend. I remember back in the day when no one did hook grip, you'd see the occasional hook grippers and say, that's ridiculous, what are they doing? And they would drop, a lot of them would drop their third attempt deadlifts, and then all of a sudden, now it's more of the standard than the hook grip, or sorry, the mixed grip. Speaking of the mixed grip, here comes Jason Burney. Let's see how fast this one moves for Jay. Remember, Jay is a master lifter, throwing it down with the opens. Don't blink on this. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Burney. Okay, here we go with Willis. Eric's got 340. Typical Eric move. Last one to deadlift. Being the last person to deadlift, you always know what you got to pull to win. 749. Eric has pulled in the low 8s. Again, Eric is a very dangerous man when his hip is feeling good. Let's see how this moves. There's that typical Willis stare on lockout, slight tilt to the right. Moved well. Let's see what coach goes with. So Burney goes up 20 kilos. Greenwood goes up 20 kilos. Eric being behind know if he goes up 20 kilos. But you know what? I mean, Jason Burney goes to pull 800. That's another 20 kilos on top of his 345. If Willis goes 20 kilos and he goes to 360, then he might... Okay, there you go. He's going 365. So, projected totals if the boys hit their second. If Greenwood hits his second, he's at 917.5. He's pretty much locked up bronze unless something wild happens with Olivier. So let's just look at silver and gold. If both gentlemen hit their seconds, Jason Burney will go from first to second with a 950.5. And Eric will go from second to first with a 951.5. Eric is the lighter man as well. He could tie Jason, but he'd have to beat the national total, I believe, to kind of chip. He's off by a full kilo, so he'd have to pull the 1 kilo. Anyway, they both go up 20 kilos and they hit it. We're down to 1 kilo apart. This is going to be wild. And I think they're just going to let the time run out again for Al on his next two. The platform behind me, Jessica Butner is doing Jessica Butner things. While we wait, why don't we just talk about the 84 and the 84 plus. So Butner just hit her second deadlift. That puts her at a total of 558.5. Second place at 521.5 for Olivier St. Hilaire. Third place, 500 at Sophie Lavoie. So it looks like Butner probably has that locked in with everyone already hitting their seconds. It's possible that Olivia also could lock up silver place. Then when we look at the 84 plus athletes, we see in first place, no surprise, with a 680 total, two-time world champion Brittany Schlater. Schlater hit that massive 277.5 kilo squat. She got her 152.5 bench. She's going to open up at 250. Not much of a battle for silver. We got 590 for Mackenzie. And then third place, that's what the battle is going to be. We got three women around the 500 kilo mark. So there'll be a battle for a bronze over there. But it looks like gold and silver are probably locked up if the openers go for the deadlifts. Back to our gentlemen now. Pavel hit his second attempt at 275. Now we're bumping up for Todd. Todd's had a perfect day so far at 287.5. Let's see how this eighth lift goes. And another good lift. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And a good lift. Rory's out next. He's got 290. I think he said he wanted to go 302 and a half. Well, it's a stepping stone. Let's see how this one goes. I think that's a good lift. I know that. I think it's a 302 and a half is a possibility. You know, a 10 to 12 and a half kilo. If he's gonna send it, his first nationals, he wants to wake up tomorrow quite sore. You put 302 and a half on. Continuing on now, we've got Chris out here. Chris has 300 kilos, 661 pounds. He took a 17.5 kilo jump from 1 to 2. Chris having a pretty good day. He only missed the one bench. Chris is happy with that. Look at all the athletes today in the 120 and the 120 plus. From the Flight A, we got 4 athletes with a 100 plus projected points, GL points, which was quite nice to see. Bryce leading the way with 106. Lucas right behind him at 105.996. You got Mark Antoine 102, and then 101 for Graham. Graham being a light 120. Right now here at the 120 plus, a few 120s, but the 120 plus fellas, we got 2 boys over 100. We got Jason Burney, we got Eric Willis. When they hit their seconds. Right now, Eric is at 100 flat with his opener, so it'll be interesting to see as the day goes on who finishes with the highest amount of GL points. Okay, Trev's coming out now for 330. He took a 20 kilo jump from 1 to 2. Defending champion. See how this moves. Good lift. Yeah, it's disqualified. Okay, here we are. We're still waiting on Trevor. That was a good lift. So they loaded the bar now to 345 for Jason Burney. Just a casual 345 for Jay. Seen this man do this many times before. Let's see how he does it today. Look at that. Casual for Jay. I think he's going to go about 15 kilos here, which would then mean that if... Okay, what's going on? Okay, here comes Will. It's his second attempt, is 800 pounds. This is crazy. Second attempt deadlift. A two-time world champion. Don't think Gino is with us. He just called that pulling for the win. Gino's calling pull for the win at second attempts. Take off your sunglasses, Gino. I understand why he'd think that. If you think about it, an 800-pound deadlift as a second attempt. I don't know if that's ever been done. I don't think that's ever been loaded in the CPU. Gino, it's not your fault. They've never loaded 800 for a second attempt, ever. In Canada, it's never been done. I know. He'll be okay.
Going from 330 to 400 jump.
Yeah, so that's a placeholder. He doesn't know where he's going to move up. He might drop it down to 380. He didn't say 350. He'd have to go before 360 and 380. Well, a lot number. Yeah, I mean, no one knows. No one's in the you know what he's doing. And the bar is loaded. What is going on? Why did they load? Okay. Look at the live stream. Chris Food addressing Chris Fudge. You're correct. Yeah, Bryce did load that 365 for a second attempt. Maybe he even did that at Westerns. I'm not sure. So to retract my previous statement, I think it's better off to say that is the first time I've ever witnessed live someone loading 800 on a second attempt deadlift. Good catch, Chris Food. Okay, calm down on that live stream there. Steve Doyle, calm down. I see it. Yes, 365. There's a lot of chalk, a lot of baby powder going around in the air, a lot of ammonia. I've had too many inhalations today. But what's going on behind me is kind of interesting. We got the women's session going on right now. Jessica Buettner is ahead by an American mile. And she's going to finish off the day with a 250.5 kilo attempt. This is to break the national deadlift record. Not to take away from what we're doing on this side here. Pavel gets his third attempt deadlift. 2 whites to 1 red. Behind me, Buettner is going for it. The Canadian forklift doesn't disappoint. Does what she always does and smoke that deadlift. Well done, Jess. We're gonna back over here to the 120 plus fellas. We got 295 to be loaded for Todd. Todd's coming out to the bar now. Todd at 295, Todd at 295. He's having a perfect day. Until this. You know what though, the effort that had to go into his second one, I think he just ran out of speed, ran out of juice on that one there, but he's got to be happy with his day. I mean, a 762.5 total for Todd, going 8 for 9, should be happy. Sing's up next. He had a little rough start there with the squats. He got 2 out of 3 on the bench press. Now he's going into the deads. He hit 275, 290, throws on 5 keys for his third attempt to have him surpass the 750 into the 755 total. Let's see if he gets this. On the live stream there, the question comes up, correct me if I'm mistaken, but the first place in each weight class goes to Worlds. Chris Food, you are correct. That is for the open lifters this year. Oh, it's too much for Singh. So based on the last 2 to 4 years in the CPU, we've had a few adjustments with the timing of nationals, a few adjustments in regards to COVID, and a few adjustments with Westerns, Centrals, and Easterns. To clarify, anyone who wins the 2024 Nationals in the open category books their trip to the Open World Championships in June. Anyone in the other divisions, they cannot claim that position for international events or the World Championships for the juniors and the Masters. They have to do that at the 2025 Nationals, which are going to be in Moose Jaw in the winter spring. So you're watching the open lifters now. So if you win here, you're going to Open Worlds. For the young pups and the blue-haired people, we got to go to Moose Jaw. And here we go for Luke. Luke is pulling, he's pulling, and gravity wins. That was good effort. Always like seeing lifters thank the referees for their efforts. Thank the volunteers, the spotters and loaders. I mean, sitting in that chair as a referee, that hurts. I'd rather spot and load than sit in the chair. My arms, my neck, my shoulders. I mean, you're sitting there for 4 hours staring at the exact same thing. It is uncomfortable. Suit jackets are always too tight. Dress shirts are never custom. These blue ties, they just feel like after every attempt, they're slowly getting tighter and tighter and tighter around your throat. It's not fun being a referee, I can tell you that. Okay, Rory said to me earlier today he wanted a 302.5 kilo deadlift. He's got it loaded. He wanted a 170 bench. He missed that. He wants this deadlift. Let's see if he can get this. Here we go, Rory. 302.5. Oh. Not sure if he pulled something or gravity just won. Okay, we got 5 out of 6. 5 of the last 6 are red on the scorecard. Let's get a make here, Chris. So Chris got 310 loaded, we got 317 and a half, and then we're going down to the final 3. We got 360, 365, and 380. Now for those last 3 lifters here, Bernie's got 360 in there. That'll put him at 365.5. Trev's got 365 and that keeps him in 3rd place. That doesn't bump him anywhere. And then Eric Willis has 380, which will actually surpass Bernie by the 1 kilo mark. So unless Bernie changes that, Eric doesn't have to make any adjustments. It's just going to come down to who makes their 3rd. And he doesn't make their 3rd. Okay, Chris, there we go. Finally, we got another green on the board. He's a happy fella. 310 to finish off the day. He goes 8 for 9 with an 825 total. Congratulations, Chris, with a K. $317 and a half. We've got 4 reps left. 4 reps left for this men's division. 317.5, a 12.5 kilo jump. If he hits this, he's the first man to go 9 for 9 in Flight B. He's not missed a lift today. 12.5 kilos from his second. Let's see what happens. Yes! And he is excited. Congratulations. Okay, 360 is the call. There's no changes here, so Jay's gonna go for 360, and then he's just gonna put it all on Eric to pull 380. Has Eric ever pulled 380? Does anybody know this? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his best deadlift is 375.5. He got it Easterns. If anyone out there knows different, let me know. So Jay's got to hit this, and if he does, Willis has to go up 4.5 kilos higher than his best ever. Oh man, this is it's getting juicy. Okay, 360. They said the bar's loaded. Here comes Jay Burney, Canada's first ever 800-pound squatter and deadlifter in the same competition. The Master 1 world record total holder. Working out with the Young Bucks. Let's see what he can do here. He's pulling. Oh, man. What a lift. What a landed on the bar. I don't think he would have finished that. He got every kilo he could out of that lift. That puts him at 365.5. Eric has now dropped his 380 to 379, which will tie Bernie's 365.5. But he will, if he gets it, he is the lighter man and he gets the W. Trevor's got 365 up just to join that elite level of competition of 800-pound deadlifters, which is a very small list here in the Canadian Powerlifting Union. Trevor's calling upon the deadlift gods for a little help on this one. It's a 35-kilo jump. He's already secured bronze medal. And he wants this. Oh, it's going. It's going. Oh, no. Sometimes all that weight can be all too much for someone who gets a little lightheaded, a little dizzy. That's why it's so important to have so many volunteers and spotters and loaders to help out these gentlemen, because they're putting everything they can into their lifts. He finishes up in third place. But take a look at what we've got now. 379. Eric is pulling for the win now on his third, not his second, on his third attempt. I have heard this statement so many times before. Eric is pulling for the win. This is a new record. This is a new PR. This is to regain a title he has held so many times before. Book his spot to the World Championships again. He's got to knock off Jay Birney. Last lift of the 2024 CPU Nationals men's division. Everything on the line. We knew it would come down to one lift. That's a lot of reds on that bar. It is silent in here. Oh, the bar is loaded. Here comes Eric. Doing what Eric does. Can he lift this? Can he book his ticket? Can he regain the throne? It's going! It's going! It's gone! It is gone! Eric Willis returns to glory! Atop the biggest of the men! With a 965.5 total, tying Jay Birney, winning on body weight. What does he do? He goes right to his daughter with both his kids. Better hug that wife too. What an absolute battle it was. This was such a thrilling event to watch as a commentator, as a fan myself, watching these 120s and 120 plus battle it out. What a great day. I mean, Birney goes 9 for 9. Olivier goes 9 for 9. Eric Willis goes 9 for 9. Trevor only missed one lift. I mean, the top four guys really, it came down to makes. They all made theirs for the majority. And what a good day. Eric must be happy. I mean, Jay Birney is a master lifter. Coming here and lifting with the open. Like, what a bold move, Cotton. And yeah, super, super happy to see how this unfolded. Thanks so much to all the lifters. Thanks so much to the media team putting this thing together. Let me come on here and commentate as well. That concludes all the men for the 2024 National Championships. Women are behind me, just finishing up now. I have to go have a shower. I'm covered in sweat. If you're in the area, they're going to need some help with teardown over the next 24 hours. You could reach out to the meet directors, John and Justin, or even Jillian. She's handling all the volunteers. Hope to see everyone at the banquet later tonight, give it some awards, have some dinner, and then rock and roll with some solid bowling. This was a wild event for me. Thanks so much for everyone that tuned in here. And yeah, hope to see everybody again in 2025 Nationals. Chris Fudge is out.